Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel Rapid Data IT Solutions once again. Uh, please subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed it yet. It would encourage us to make more recordings and publish those videos on various aspects in the SAP world. Today we will talk about migration of financial data components. For any project, financial data migration is a critical piece. Especially a lot of customers are moving from the ECC into this S4 world, and the migration consultants should have some good understanding of migration of various financial data objects, be it ledger or subledger, and also they should understand the reconciliation process between the ledger and subledger as well, and how various techniques or technical accounts should be utilized for the migration purpose, and how they should be controlled and reconciled as well. So this diagram shows you the on the left hand side the legacy system. In this case, we're going to focus on the ECC, but it's not too different for any other ERP for the matter. And we are moving into the S4 world, and we have divided the migration of the financial data into two groups, the ledger and the subledger. The red one, the GL balance migration, is the ledger, and then we got the subledgers on the rightmost column. So the way it works, let's focus on the GL balance first. So the way the migration of GL balance works, we basically take the balance of or the balance sheet items from the last year end, or the opening balance for which has for the year which is closed, and moved into the new fiscal year. So we take the opening balance and then put those opening balance sheet items as the last year end balance, and then run a carry forward once again in the new system to show the carry forward process, or to have the carry forward data set in the system as well. And in the current year, we generally have periodic balance movement migration. What it means is, for every account, the movement of the balances from in the month is part of the migration. So with that, the opening balance plus the periodic movements together is going to comprise of the total year live to date balance of the accounts. So when somebody looks at the balance of those accounts as of the cutover date, which could be middle of the year, then they should be able to see the total balance which is live to date, which comprises of the opening balance and the year to date, the periodic movements for all the periods in the current fiscal year. And the balances are posted at the profit center level or the cost center level, depending on what account types they are. For the opening balances, they will be all balanced accounts, so they will all go into the profit center, and the periodic movements will definitely have a lot of P&L items as well, and they will move into the cost centers, except the revenue accounts, which will go into the profit center. And in the period, in case of current fiscal year, there could be some requirement from business to have individual line items for specific accounts, and that's what there is a line there which tells about the line items at the top of the left hand side, line items for go live year. Let me just point you out. So this is the one I'm talking about, and if there are any specific requirements like that could be accommodated, but that would probably have a lot of line items, and that can have a lot of challenges in terms of migration activity and scope. So therefore, it's not recommended. So its general practice is to have the migration of the balances for the periodic movements. Now, there would be accounts which can be posted directly into, and those are those subledger accounts. We can see them here: the accounts payable, account receivable. That means the customer line items or the vendor line items, reconciliation account balances, or even the GL open items as well. And even though they can be posted directly into, well, I'll tell you the reason why we got it this way. And then we got the fixed assets. Again, you cannot post the fixed asset balances into the accounts of the fixed assets directly, and therefore they will need to go into some other account. And then you got the AUC balances as well. So these are the subledger line items or subledger balances, which will come here in the GL balance initially, but they will be posted in the take-on accounts. So for each of them, we will have a separate take-on account. And for overall balance migration, we will have a migration account. And that migration account will help us migrate individual lines on their own merit. So the lines without the migration account, all the lines together for a GL balance migration will need to be 0 for sure, right? But putting them into the individual documents for posting is difficult. So and make them 0 balance is difficult. So therefore, we basically take an approach of using a migration account, and that migration account eventually becomes 0 once the GL balance is completely migrated. So all the lines that we produce here from the data preparation for these line items or the periodic movements or the balance sheet from the opening balance, all of them are going into their individual accounts, and then the offset becomes the migration account. But the individual accounts will not cover the the subledger specific accounts, so they can't be posted into the individual accounts directly. So you can have a mapping of reconciliation account to reconciliation account, but you can't post the reconciliation account total balance into the reconciliation account directly. For that, you got this take-on account concept. So initially the balance is posted into the take-on account, and then eventually the subledger line items offset entries are going to cancel out the take-on account balances which have come from the GL balance load. And in the next video, we will talk about individual objects. So we will have specific targeted approach to show you how the take-on account is used to migrate the accounts payable, and then how subledger migration cancels out the take-on account of the accounts payable and creates the line items for the individual subledger line items for the accounts payable in the migration process. And yeah, so this is for now, and we will talk more about the individual components or individual ledger subledger migration in the subsequent video. Thank you so much.